In this video, we're going to take a look at comments. Comments are lines of code that do not affect the outcome of the script, but are used as notes that can explain how the script works, what variables are for, or anything else you want. When you write a script, the moment you write it, it makes perfect sense. You know exactly what each line means, what every variable is for, no matter how vague the code. But if you look at it in 6 months, are you really going to remember what each variable represents? If you make sure your code is well commented, you can explain each line so that you or other programmers can better understand it later. Let's take a look. Here, I have a couple variables, hours and minutes. I purposefully left these variable names vague so that the comments will be useful for this example. Usually, I would be more descriptive in my variable names, but here I have hours equals 24. This is the number of hours in a day, and minutes equals 60, the number of minutes in an hour. I'll create a third variable called total, which will calculate the total number of minutes in a day. So total equals minutes times hours. This is a simple example and would be pretty easy to figure out, but you can see how these variable names don't describe what I'm doing with them. If you looked at this a year from now, what is total? The total what? You'd have to look at the value of minutes and hours variable and figure out what I was thinking a year ago. With complex scripts, this can eat up a lot of time. So let's add some comments. We have several ways of doing this. First, to explain the hours variable, we'll use a single line comment. To do that, just use 2 forward slashes. Anything after those, but on the same line, will be a comment, and it will not affect the script in any way. I'll write number of hours in 1 day. Notice that the comment line is a different color than the rest of the script. To explain the minutes variable, we'll use a single line comment also, but let's take a look at another way we can do it. Instead of the double forward slash, you can just use a number sign. These methods are virtually the same, so just use whichever one you prefer. Number sign, number of minutes in 1 hour. The final type of comment is a multi-line comment. These can span as many lines as you want them to, but they need opening and closing tags. The opening tag is /*. Everything after this will be a comment, until the PHP interpreter finds the end tag. I'll skip down a couple lines, and the end tag is just the opening tag but mirrored, */. Inside here, I'll explain what the total is. This is the total number of minutes in a day. That's all there is to comments. One thing I'd like to mention is that comments can be useful during development of a script if you use them to comment out certain lines of code. Instead of deleting something, if you're going to try to rewrite it in a better way, you can comment out the old lines of code. Now, if your new method falls through, all you need to do is go back and uncomment these lines. Of course, make sure that you delete any unneeded comments before you put the script live. Comments don't add too much to the file size, but it's still best to minimize the amount. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.